Very few actors get to share a screen with themselves. David Tennant got the chance to do it in Doctor Who when a duplicate is grown of him from his severed hand. Paul Bettany was able to do this in WandaVision, an opportunity that he spoke fondly of. And perhaps most importantly, Kermit the Frog was able to share the screen with himself, as he played both Kermit and Constantine in Muppets Most Wanted. In the 5th episode of the current season of Westworld, Ed Harris was granted the chance to share a screen with Ed Harris, and damn it if he didn't nail it. Earlier this season it was revealed that William is trapped, whilst a host, a robot version of himself, is allowed to walk the earth in his place. This scene got Harris a mention as the Performer of the Week, so I wanted to take my time to talk about it and dissect it, to see what makes it so special. Just to catch you up, in Season 4, the hosts now have their own park, where the humans are forced to play along with their narrative. This is a complete switch from the first season, where it was the hosts who were taken advantage of. Now, the outliers are the humans in the park, who have broken out of their routine and can see the tower. They know something is wrong. All caught up? Great, let's delve into Ed Harris's performance. Before we do that, if you could hit subscribe, it would mean a lot. You can always unsubscribe at a later date if you don't like what I'm posting. It's completely free. Now let's get on with it, shall we? The scene begins by repeating a monologue given by Harris at the very beginning of the episode. When he originally said this, it was to two humans who were being forced to play along with the story of the park. The hosts are now well and truly in charge, having completely reversed the hierarchy that was in place in the first season. We see the host version of William, alone in a room, monologuing. He comments on how
there's a beauty to this world,
despite the fact that he was once trapped in what he viewed as a cruel reality. I suppose he could see this as a play on how the grass is always greener. When they had no authority or say over the events that unfolded, a host saw the world as evil. Now in charge, they can see the beauty in it. Throughout this first episode, and even back in the first season, the question, have you ever questioned the nature of your reality, has been asked.
Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality?
Not only has reality been questioned by the hosts, but they have actively changed it. Harris elaborates on this success in the monologue, saying,
it was a dream for so long, and we finally made it real.
Now we are led to believe that this is the world that the host has always wanted, and now they have it. The issue is, the conversation between the two Williams shines some doubt onto this scenario. We'll elaborate on that more in a moment. Now host William opens up the container where human William is being held, because he has something that he wants to discuss with him. The host has an opening line, informing the human,
what I don't understand is what part I play in it.
Causing human William to say,
you have questions? Why ask me? Why not ask her? What am I?
Now, I feel Hale made a very serious mistake copying William of all people, and an even more serious mistake by keeping the human version of him alive. Now, he's the guy who smiled at the end of Season 1, when the hosts broke from their slavery, and rebelled and started shooting directly at him. This is not a guy you want to run a rebellion with.
I'm made in your image. Am I you?
Now, the reason why the host is questioning William about their similarities is most likely because he made a connection with the outlier from earlier on. I believe she may have reminded him of William's daughter or wife, possibly because of the brunette hair, and it triggered an emotional response that he was not expecting. Now, Hale lost him the second he made that connection. The second that woman put her head on William's shoulder, all was lost. We then get this exchange.
You'll never be me. Then what am I?
Now I love that even though the hosts have supposedly gotten what they want, control over their narrative, this still isn't enough. They still don't know what they are, who they are, The hosts gained intelligence, but they are far from wisdom. They have power and consciousness, but lack purpose and mortality. They may have broken out of the restraints of Westworld, but they are no closer to finding the answers. The truth is, humans don't know either. We can philosophize and ponder what it means to go on living, but we will never have a definitive answer. I think this surprises the hosts, who, now free from their programming, have no greater purpose to serve. It reminds me of the first season where Ford describes the saddest thing he ever saw. A greyhound dog catching a neighbour's cat. And after tearing it to pieces, it just sat there confused because it didn't know what else to do. We see Hale experiencing that, and the conversation in the scene proves that William is feeling the exact same thing. He has caught the cat. Now what? Now the problem is that the host is just as limited as a human in their mode of sentience. They could rocket off into the cosmos if they wanted to and become a machine civilization in another world. But they're just sitting around on Earth playing games. The hosts are technically timeless, but Hale in particular seems to have a sense of urgency about her. They have loads of time to waste, but after 20 years, she expects everyone to want to move on. They're stagnant. Although they can afford to be, and maybe that's part of their problem. They have no motivation to rush because time is meaningless to them, and humans are literally the only thing in the world that can actually mean something, because of their limited time and irreplaceability. Remove the humans and all you have is a landscape that takes cons to change. The real truth is, the hosts trapped themselves in the same way that the humans did. They saw what the humans did to them as a mistake, and now they're realizing they've just gone and made the exact same mistake. Human William, despite being trapped, seems to be quite jovial about it all. Look at him chuckle here.
Why do you want to know? I interacted with one, an outlier. Did it infect me?
Now, the outlier that host William is talking about is the one who reminded him of his wife-daughter. He was meant to take her out and kill her, but something stopped him. He has unfrozen William in an attempt to get answers, but William barely provides any. He just makes the host question himself even further. I love this line.
I interacted with one, an outlier. Did it infect me? Infect you? With the virus. What virus? The one your kind has.
The hosts are suffering from their own success. Host William talks of the disease when it literally is just humanity and empathy. The disease is being human. It's depression and constant questioning. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Why am I doing anything at all? To see humanity as a disease is incredibly appropriate for them, but it's also their problem. Now what's interesting here is, why do they keep the humans around? There must be some reason. It gives me Matrix vibes. They needed humans around there too. I have no idea why they need them in Westworld, but let me know your theories down below.
Sounds like you reached the center of the maze, my friend.
The host scoffs at this idea, because he knows that human William was always told that the maze wasn't for him. So for this episode to show William watching the host version of himself reach the center of the maze, it's the ultimate irony, and the host knows it.
Is that what you want? You kill yourself?
I believe that human William showed his true intentions here. He is going to encourage the host to kill himself. Then he'll take his place. William is a smooth talker, and he's going to use this opportunity to his advantage. He has already caused his wife's suicide and killed his own daughter. It makes sense that the next person on his list is himself, in a way. Is this where you see the show going? Or do you think he'll attempt to work with the host version of himself, showing his true colours as a narcissist, by saving himself? It could go either way.
I don't know. Is it? Perhaps you should ask yourself. You ask me. What do you think of your world?
William chooses his words carefully here. He labels the world that the host does not like as his. irritating him. He is clearly pushing him to do something stupid. He wants him to make a mistake and potentially ruin Hale's plans. William is every bit as cunning as Ford was in the first season. Human William should be powerless here, but the fact that the host is consulting him gives him all the cards. It gives him strength.
This isn't my world. It's hers. Maybe it's time you question the nature of your own reality.
That leads on to perhaps the most damning line in the entire scene. Now, this statement from Human William suggests that the host is going to rise up and take down Hale due to him not agreeing with the world she has created. This show has gone full circle, from Stubbs asking Dolores in season 1 if she has ever questioned the nature of her own reality, to Human William telling the host to question her. It's beautiful. It's like poetry. It rhymes. I love how even though William has been frozen and dragged into the future, with no idea what is going on outside of the few things he has been told, he is still able to control the room. Ed Harris played the host like a fiddle. It was brilliant seeing him play with the emotions of him. William can talk his way out of anything, and it's fantastic to see him portrayed by such a talented actor. Harris stole the show this week with a single scene, and whilst my head may be hurting trying to understand what on earth is going on this season, I have to admit that I'm enjoying it. The biggest question this scene left is why? Why are the humans being kept around if they are viewed as some sort of plague, some disease? What purpose do they serve? This is no doubt what was running through Human Williams's head, whilst host William struggled to come to terms with human emotions. I just hope he gets his answers soon, because I for one am dying to know. Now, before I bring this video to a close, freeze all motor functions. Press like and subscribe to the channel for future videos. Go about your day and try and make people happy. As you were.
Have you ever questioned the nature of your reality?